Hello, what's up? I wanted to talk with you guys about my opinions on Lost Ark so far. I'm currently at about the 9-ish hour mark. I've completed 3 of the 5 continents that are within the game's main quest. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about how it's going so far, how exactly I like the game, if it's fun, and if I think, most importantly, it is worth your time and your dollars when it comes out tomorrow, the 11th. So let's just jump right into it. I guess I'll start off with the gameplay loop itself. When it comes to the combat, the game feel, it feels excellent. If you enjoy games like Diablo or Torchlight, anything in the ARPG genre, you'd probably have a lot of fun with this game, since it seems to draw a lot of heavy inspiration from games like those, and it is very, very satisfying and visceral. The whole game is. Combat, landing combos. I've been playing as a female brawler, and something that's been really exciting with that is being able to set up these sick combos where I'm juggling ginormous groups of enemies across the screen. It feels like fucking Dynasty Warriors, and it is an absolute blast. So there's that. The combat itself, I've got no complaints. I think that other than maybe the default enemies can be kind of weak, pretty squishy. So if you're wanting more of a challenge or something that's a little bit more, cerebral than just kind of throwing out all of your combos without really thinking, maybe you'd have some issues there. However, though, I don't think it's too much of an issue, especially because when you get to bosses and stuff, it becomes a lot more fun as you're dodging these large attacks, hitting them with huge damage, and they're hitting you with huge damage. I think that's great. One thing that I was kind of worried about when going into it was a fear that maybe there wouldn't be too much challenge. Even though at this point I haven't died a single time, there definitely has been a solid bit of challenge where it doesn't feel like the game is just completely on easy mode the entire time. For example, there's one area where you're fighting a boss with tons of very powerful enemies all around you. And so you'd kind of think that it would be an easier game because it is an MMORPG. It's supposed to be kind of built for everybody, so when it comes to the main quest, it's not going to be too tough. However, it seems like there's a decent amount of challenge, at the very least enough challenge to make it so that it is enjoyable. Though not too much to a point where it's ever frustrating. Then moving on, the audio in the game, just sound design as a whole, really nice. All of the sounds sound great. There's a little bit of an issue that I noticed at the very beginning of the game where there were some birds in the background that were just really fucking loud, and it was really annoying and tough to listen to. Other than that, though, everything else seems to be fine as far as audio goes. The acting, voice acting across the board is pretty solid. This game has partial voice acting, so there will be quite a bit of reading if you want to delve into the story, but also if you want to just kind of breeze through the main quest, there's not too many issues with that, as you can just kind of skip through, and it'll give you enough guidance with like where to go and what to do with your quests that you don't need to be painstakingly reading through every single chat message, or not chat message, every single message from the characters in order to understand what it is that's going on. Other than that, there's also the visuals, which are absolutely breathtaking. Of course, the game is not like the highest fidelity visuals, but the art style itself lends to some really, really breathtaking vistas, and enemy design, character design is all great. It follows like an anime-esque style, so if you aren't really into that, then you probably wouldn't enjoy the game's art because of that, but I think that as far as the style that it's going for, it does an absolutely excellent job executing on that. And lastly, game length. I haven't beaten the game yet. I'm a little bit more than halfway through based on what I can guess and see. I'm getting pretty close to level 30. Level cap from what I've seen is 50. So I still have a little bit of a ways to go in the main quest. But as far as the little bit of time that I've put in so far, I would definitely say the game was worth the $15 that I put down to get the Bronze Founders Pack. And I would say that it's definitely worth your time for playing if it's something that interests you. If you think that an ARPG, MMORPG is really going to be good for you. I'd say go for it. This is personally my first delve, other than like Destiny a couple years ago, into MMORPGs. Or even then I didn't get that deep into it. And I would say I'm having a complete blast. I've tried with some other MMOs, and I haven't been able to get into them too much. This one seems to make it very easy to get into if this is your first MMORPG, like it more or less is for mine. So with all that together, I would say this game is definitely worth your time. It's definitely worth your money. The multiple hours that I've put in over the past few days, I've had nothing but a good experience. And I'm excited to keep on playing. Hopefully pump out some content for the game, because I'm really enjoying it, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, especially during these first few months of this being a new MMORPG, at least as far as the West is concerned, because as I'm sure a lot of people know, this game's been out in Korea and Russia for a few years now. But it is an absolute blast. The game is beautiful, the game is fun, it sounds great, voice acting is all good, the characters are all good, more or less. Yeah, it's great, it's exciting, it's fun, and no complaints really. So that's that. If you're thinking that you might want to get this game, I would recommend it. If it looks like something that you were maybe interested in, I would give it a shot. Even just following the main quest has been really fun. It's been an absolute blast, and I'm excited to make it into the end game and start really delving headfirst into every single thing this game has to offer.